Welcome everybody, this is episode 9 of the Provenance Marketing Show. I'm Ryan Jennings, and today on the show we have some brand new products from some of the New Zealand made license holders who make and manufacture products in New Zealand, which is a big thing for us all at the moment, because the more we do here, the more we're successful together. It raises gross domestic product and all of those things. The first one I want to start with is a lovely package we've been sent here by a company called Wild Country Fine Foods. They've been with the Buy New Zealand Made program, would you believe, for 24 years, so almost as long as we've been going. It's a husband and wife team, Angelique Van Camp and Stephen Wilkinson, and they produce and manufacture these products, such as this one here, which is a Wild Country black garlic and truffle steak sauce. That sounds delicious. Black garlic in itself, if you haven't tried it, is a real luxury. On the back, it's got all of their ingredients. NZ Made is on there with the Kiwi trademark. You can see underneath they've said handmade from local and imported ingredients. So as a food manufacturer, you can actually use international sourced ingredients in your product, as long as the essential characteristics of the food product is grown in New Zealand. Now, Wild Country, if you're not aware of it, you may be aware of this other brand, because he is kind of an icon in his own right. This is Al Brown, the chef and businessman extraordinaire behind restaurants such as Depot in Auckland. Not a very hot mustard, I am told. But again, this is something that a lot of people were after outside of the restaurant, so it's been bottled up, contract manufactured by Wild Country Foods, which they'll also do for your own brand if you want to create something on your own. So we're going to give these away. Look in the comments above on how you can win one or all of these. Somehow we'll be giving all of those away. Next up on the list is McKinlays Shoes. They're not here in front of us. McKinlays Shoes is fifth generation family business.
We're the 5th generation of McKinlays in Dunedin involved in footwear. There's the shoe sewn, and what we want to need to do is to start putting some shape into it. It's got a heat activated cement on it, so it's heated, so it glues the 2 bits of leather together, and when it's hot it becomes quite soft and pliable and can be bent into shape, and we force the shape into it.
Yeah, that's episode 38, I think, so we're really getting along with the Making It New Zealand series. If you haven't subscribed, go to youtube.com/BuyNZMade. Next up, we were out of the office a couple of days ago because Buy NZ Made is part of a wider group called Business NZ, which is about economic potential and advocacy into the politicians, into Beehive through policy work they do. We're actually a combined team, so Anna and I get invited to the broader group's activities. One of them was based around organisation with Sustainable Business Council. We went to the Wellington Zoo.
So Dash is not a good example of what a Tasmanian devil in the wild looks like.
We got to do some things that were pretty cool. So like this one here, feeding giraffes some food. They go through 50 kilos a day. Definitely worth checking out what our natural environment looks like. Going to see some of these animals up close and personal was super cool. One thing that did come across was the importance to the zoo and the zoo animals of the Forest Stewardship Council, FSC.
And basically what it means if it's on there is that wood or paper has been, the tree that it's come from is grown by people, for people to use. So it is grown sustainably. It hasn't been cut down from habitat of an animal like a giraffe. So next time you're in the supermarket, flip over your toilet paper and have a look for this logo. You could be helping save the life of a giraffe in the wild, which is really, really awesome to think about. Alright, so I might get on.
Now you may see the FSC logo on some of the packaging on products that you purchase. What that means is that the packaging has come from a sustainable forest, which means communities are kept healthy, jobs are kept in that community, and it doesn't contribute to deforestation. Next up, Munch Cupboard. This awesome little product here. It's got such a great aroma to it. This is the 2019 solution to not using Glad wrap or plastic wrap. I probably can't say Glad wrap because that's a brand. I have to cut that bit out. But plastic wrap is bad because it's not something that's going to be good for the environment, anything plastic. So this company here, Munch Cupboard, has come up with this organic Nil product, which is made out of a number of ingredients: organic cotton, organic New Zealand beeswax, New Zealand manuka oil, jojoba oil, and they all contain antibacterial and antifungal properties, perfect for storing leftovers in the fridge, as long as it's not raw meat. And as long as you just warm these up in your hands, you can put them around a bowl and they will stay put, and you don't have to use plastic wrap. Let's open one of these up, and it's definitely got give in it, and I can feel it almost melting just with a bit of my hand movements. And then once you've had your leftovers, all you need to do is put this under cold water and a bit of soapy water, clean it up, and you can use it again, and they're good for 6 to 12 months. So that's a lot of plastic wrap you don't have to use in your home. I like their brand. It's cute, it's subtle. They've got the NZ Made rectangle logo on there. I don't actually see that a lot. Most people use the triangle. There'll be a reason probably that they've used that. And this is the brainchild of Anna Bourdignon, I hope I've said that right, Anna, who has collectively got a group of mums together that work remotely from home to make these products as a social enterprise. Social enterprise means that all money that is made gets put back into the enterprise. So it can be profit making. It just means that profit isn't distributed to shareholders, it's reinvested in the company. Great product, we'll give those away as well. And that's almost us for this episode. The last thing I want to mention is we've just completed our NPS survey for the year, NPS being Net Promoter Score. It's a survey of the 1,200 businesses that are licensed as New Zealand made, and it is a test on sentiment on how likely a business is to recommend becoming an official NZ Made license holder to another business. And 10 out of 10 being best, 0 or 1 out of 10 being worst. And the way it works is any score over 0 is actually good, because you take your promoters, which are your 9 out of 10s and your 10 out of 10s, you take away or remove the detractors, which are your 1 out of 10s through to your 5 out of 10s, and that gives you a number. And our number a year ago was 20, which is actually quite a good number. This year we've got to 42, so we've gone 2 times as good as a year ago. There's still plenty more work to do, but for those businesses who have supported us over the last year as we've changed strategy, done more on video on Facebook, and promoted more of your products as through this show and Making It New Zealand, appreciate your feedback, and thanks for being on the journey so far. Lots more to do. If you are watching this just to win products, that's cool as well. If there's a product we should be featuring on here, tag it below, let us know, and we'll see you next week on the Provenance Marketing Show for episode 10. Thanks for watching and listening on the podcast. See you next week.